Master Blaster here. Are you ready for some action? Hello cadets, and welcome back. I got kind of a small review for you today. Ugh! Oh no, not this. Don't worry, I have a video for that coming up. But what I want to talk about today is the Nerf Jolt. These are like the Derringer of the Nerf world. Now as you can see, I got two of them here. One of them is pretty chewed up and the other one isn't. Now I got these used. I think the kid, he probably had one of these. It got messed up, so they got him another one. What's funny is the chewed up one works slightly better. Now, I haven't found any accessories for these boys. The scope won't fit, nothing will fit, it has no rails on it. And as I'll show you later, the sights are kind of funny on it. But it's a pretty simple one. I forgot to bring some darts out here. You just pull it, and it sounds wimpy, but trust me, like, you have your bigger blaster, you go, you run out of darts, someone runs up on you, poof. Another thing about this, there's not really anywhere to put a strap on it. You could kind of put one here, but it's going to interfere with your trigger. You can try to do one here, where you... And I mean, it kind of hangs, but you're better off just sticking this in your pocket. Now, I have seen these in quite a few colors. There are a few downsides to them, though. One, accuracy. I mean, you think it would be like a nice little simple blaster. But it kind of can be problematic sometimes. The biggest issue is it has to have pristine darts. And I know, you're thinking, well, isn't it like the Rev 6? The dart just sits in there like a cylinder blaster, it should be fine. But no, for some reason, if the darts aren't perfect, when you put them in here, they out just a little bit, and you go to fire it, and it goes. In fact, this one has that issue more than this one, but listen to this. Did you hear the difference there? How one of them dragged? I think the O-ring's messed up. I just haven't taken it apart and fixed this one. So I'll be using them both when we take them out to the range. So why don't we go cut to that now, and then we'll come back here and talk a little bit more about these boys. Okay, let's start with the strength test. I'll do both of them.
Live action.
And then I'll show you a new target I got. Now, I did stop and listen to the microphone a bit between here and the range, and I do not like how the microphone sounds in the office. So I'm probably going to be using normal audio there and the microphone when out and about like this and I get away from the camera and I'm not up on it all the time. So first we will start with the pristine one. If you see, now it looks like it has cool crosshatch sight, but when you actually hold it level, it cuts it off. So, yeah. Kind of reminds me of some of that Chinese stuff they make where they don't know what it's supposed to do. As you can see, it's pretty strong for how small it is, though. And that wasn't even the good one. Check out the little boy. I gotta tell you, that was way stronger than even I thought. And I didn't test this beforehand. I was using brand new pristine darts. Like I said, we have some trouble if they're bent up. And I'll try to get some like that and show you in a minute when I start shooting at the new target. So I'm going to set that up and we'll start blasting it back to the Covenant homeworld, huh? I thought I'd show you how I'm setting up. I have some of these Nerf grenades too. I'm going to do these coming up too. They launch out these little balls and a few other things we'll talk about. They're really cool. So you may remember when we reviewed the Rampage, I ended up cutting off a lot. I figured if I do these right-handed over-the-shoulder shots, I can get you a lot better videos. And like I said, I found a stock for this, and I'm going to do an update as soon as I get that in the mail. Coming from Texas. So check out this new target. I'm going to do some close-ups too, but it's got these little numbers on it. I figured it's pretty cool because when you hit it, it spins. And I can tell you what I'm aiming for. I can say 10, 40, 50, 21. This spinner comes with rubber band guns, which I'll probably do a review on those too coming up. Let's do a few over-the-shoulder shots, and then I'll do some zoom-ins, because those are the really cool shots, aren't they? So, first shot, I'm going to aim for the 21. Hit it right above it a little bit, right? There you go. Look, here's a bent-up dart. Maybe it'll mess up in there. I'm having really good luck. Anytime I want to show you guys a malfunction, I cannot get them to happen. So, 10. Little high. So what does it tell me when I'm getting too high every time? That I'm pointing it too much. Oh, here we go. That I have the blaster too much like this. I need to do it a little more forward so it's more level. So like I said, the sights are deceptive on this one. So I'm going to aim for the 50 this time. See, I hit the 10. Now, if you wanted to do it improperly, I could just say, oh, well, I want to hit the 40, so I'm going to aim for 21. Dead on, right? That's not how it works. But now that I explained to you what this is and how it works, let's do some zoom-in shots. Then you can really see that thing move, huh? Okay, this looks good. So, I'm going to start off trying to hit the 10. See, that one shot kind of wimpily. That was the eaten up one. Aim for the 40. Then I'm going to switch blasters. That one's consistently shooting like that. This is a more pristine one that didn't get chewed on by a dog. Oh, you see the difference there? Now, I did try to fix these blasters up since they last had the problem, so maybe that's why it's a little better than it was. I'm going to try to hit the 50. Oh, that was a cool one. That's a fun one, right? And you cadets get something like this, you won't have to worry about your mom yelling at you about shooting pop cans either. Also, you won't have to worry about how to get pop cans. Boom. Ain't been calling my shots though, huh? Oh, I finally got one. Okay. So here we have quite a mangled dart. You can see it's been stepped on. Maybe someone had it in their mouth. The cap's missing. So look what happens when I put it in here. See that? And that's from improper seal. Now look what happens when you try to fire that. Nothing. Now these darts can still fire out of, like, say, the Maverick Rev 6. But for this boy, they have a little trouble. Alright, now I'm going to fire them both at the same time. These ones, too, they really don't have a lot of restrictors in them, so there's not too much you can do to modify them beyond painting. And they don't really come apart that much, so it is a little annoying to paint them. So I'm going to aim for the 50 and the 21 at the same time. And they both hit 21. If the channel starts doing better, I will get a second camera for slow motion. Oh look, we had another misfire. Let's see if it happens again on camera. Yeah, see, this one's not going all the way out, so there's some problem with that dart and the seal. And that's kind of the downside about these, because you want them as your last resort type thing, but they're not always going to work. They're really easy to stow away and carry, though. Just again, it's a little better in your pocket than trying to use a sling. You could even get a little holster for it. Now, another bad thing I talked about a bit at Command Central is it's a little, see my hand's bigger, and sometimes that can snag on your hand. That's about it. Well, that was cool, wasn't it? Yeah, just because it's small, it does pack a good hit.
Live action.
As you could see, there was a few minor issues I had while firing it. Now, if you want to get one of these, they're about $12 American. They're pretty cheap. I think this is a lot of kids' first blaster, honestly. You got just like a little over 10 bucks. It's a good deal. It's a good, fun thing. You're going to have fun. You're going to be able to use the heck out of it. The thing is, though, it's better as a backup, not as your primary blaster. Now, of course, like you've seen, when you have a big bucket, you can just sit there and keep loading it up, and it is kind of fun for that. It's also really good for old-timey dueling. You know, you each take one, turn, take 10 paces, turn around, back. And of course, wearing proper eyewear. So when I said I had a little review for you today, I wasn't just talking about the blaster itself. Hello, cadets. So I realized I forgot to do this part in the office. I knew I'd forget it, but we need to give our review for these little guys. So for the Nerf Jolt, I'm going to go with a 1 thumbs up. Because it is a good, reliable little blaster, but it does have some minor issues, and it has a little room for improvement. But it is a good, strong, reliable blaster that doesn't put unnecessary wear and tear on your darts, causing them to deform sooner. Well, that's all I got for you now, so let's get back to Command Central, alright? Now, as you've seen many of the Fortnite ones, one of my next upcoming reviews will likely be one of the Fortnite blasters. I will try to cover as many of those as I can get my hands on. You know, at least as many of them as I want to get. But make sure to like and subscribe so you can be there for that. And if I get enough people interested, I will even be giving away some of the little V-Buck cards or whatever it is you kids use for Fortnite. I don't play it myself. My knowledge of Fortnite is completely limited to Nerf blasters. Well, that and the cool hamburger thing. I like the hamburger. Now, if there's one thing I wanted to leave you with about this blaster is you're bigger, like me, and I'm sure I covered this a bit in the range. You know, it's not going to fit into your hand as well. That little thing, it might even catch you here and there. But if you're a smaller cadet, this is perfect for you. And that's the thing, like, even you youngest cadets out there should be able to use this. And it's a pretty weak pump, so if you give it your all, should be able to cock it. I want all you cadets to know that even if you're small, like this blaster, you can still make a big difference. You could be the deciding factor in your next engagement. It's just sometimes when you have less, you have to be a little bit smarter. Well, till next time, cadets, it's been fun, and stay safe.